Disclaimer: this series was recorded before the tragic events of August 27, 2025, when a mass shooting occurred during a school-wide service at Annunciation Catholic Church and School in Minneapolis. We acknowledge the gravity of this tragedy and extend our respect to all those affected. You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Hello and welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
And it's going to take me a while to pronounce his name. We're joined by Vanessa McGowan Horrocks Powers.
You did it.
Yeah, nice. She is a artist, director, editor, and theater maker, and the owner of Oxford Comma Films LLC. This is the interview segment.
Yeah, and Vanessa, this will have come out after we've already debated weapons, which I'm sure everyone listened to before this conversation, but this is the thing that we do first. Kirk hates when I tell people this.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I hate when you break the fourth wall. There's a difference.
Could you explain what is the fourth wall?
I know that's where we say, earlier in the podcast when I said, because it might not be earlier.
Yeah, because technically we're recording this first.
Yeah.
So it's not early. Earlier never happened.
Exactly. So try not to self-reference.
Yes, but we're interviewing you, so you're going to have to reference yourself a lot.
No, I mean self-reference points that we've had in this particular, I do understand what you mean.
That's fantastic.
Let's get semantical here. Right.
Why do you have the order of, and we asked you before we went on air, usually my first question is, you're a multi-hyphenate, which of your hyphenates, you put artist before director, followed by editor, and theater maker last. Why does artist go first?
Well, we also discussed before we started, I'm not supposed to do this, that I'm not religious, and that's not entirely true. Art is probably like my religion. I think it's how we make meaning as a species. And so for me, it's like the most important identity that I have. I have a really bad joke. Have you seen Walk Hard?
Yes.
You know the part where he's like, I have another woman, and his wife slaps him in the face, and he's like, her name's music. That's me in art. I love art more than my husband.
Nice.
Oh, see, I tell my wife, who you were just talking to before this.
We're not supposed to do that.
That I'm married to her, but I cheat on her with the art.
Oh, I'm married to art, and I cheat on art with my husband.
Okay,
Nice.
Those are different choices. What do you think you mean?
I mean, I just think that it's the most important part of my identity. Like, I think creating is the best thing we do as people. I think it's how we put good into the world. I think it's how we make meaning. I think it's how we connect with other people. Like, it is truly the most important thing that we do, I think.
I'm not going to name and shame anyone, but Andy Hunt and I disagree on I'm not shaming him. I'm just saying that I disagree with him on the following point. The artistic output is to him the equivalent of children. Having had the opportunity to both artistically output and the benefit of seeing children, who you heard me quiet down again. See, before the podcast started. It's different. That's what I'm trying to say.
I do think it's different. And I don't plan to have kids, and maybe if I did, I would think that was more important, but that's not. I don't think it's the same, but I think that art is like ripples in the water. Like, it has an effect on things in ways that we can't foresee.
Lisa Evanson from a couple of weeks ago when we had her on the show brought up that her trying to do something inspired other people to do it. So that's a concrete example in our recent lexicon of guests that I go, oh yeah, you're, actually I can think to another example from a person I met at a festival and I've only ever seen in Duluth. She lives like almost in South Dakota. She had this story about people in a room with lights on, and then the lights all start to go out, and then it's down to one person with their light on, and they just try to keep that light on, and right before it goes out, another light starts up, and then more lights start up. So
yeah,
the art. I think what you're trying to say is that's the way art reverberates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually literally use that metaphor for like describing how I feel sometimes is keeping the light on. Yeah.
Sure. This little light of mine, I'm gonna see. You work in a church, so I can do church references, which is fun for me.
Is that church reference?
I
Could you explain
direct
this?
theater in the basement of a church. I do not work in a church.
You direct theater in the basement. I think that, like, to me, when I see the posts on Facebook, is this in Hutchison or is this in
Columbia Heights?
It's in Columbia Heights.
Yep.
Oh, I love Columbia Heights.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the gym I go to lives there. Hey, Dalton.
Shout out, all right.
Yeah, sure. I love the Element. It's great.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So you go up to Columbia Heights to direct theater in a basement. How did you get that gig?
I had a very good friend in high school who grew up going to that church and doing theater there. Their church started a theater program to celebrate people's creative talents, which they view as a godly given gift. And the director, who had worked there for 20 years doing the shows, retired right when I was done with theater, going to school for theater at the U of M, and she reached out to me and was like, hey, I don't know if you would be like interested in this, but like this position's available. And I was like, maybe I should try getting paid for what I went to school for.
Wait, that was the first time it occurred to you?
My experience doing theater at the U was very bad.
Why? I didn't know you go into the U. This is fascinating to hear from you.
Yeah, that was the first round of college, which was not successful.
I'm sorry. Did you get your degree?
No, I was in an abusive relationship and I flunked out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was a long time ago. But I had some great teachers. I made some great friends, and I fell in love with some of the things that theater can do. So I don't like regret it, but I also came from a very small town where I was a very big deal.
Hutchison?
And I did the big fish, small pond, and then little fish, big giant ocean. And I would have done better going to a smaller school, and that did not occur to me until after it occurred to me. So, and I think also a lot of people in the U of M theater program were there because they wanted to be someone else, because they sort of hated themselves. And that was kind of the posh attitude at that time, was to really be sort of full of yourself, but in a way that requires you to hate yourself. And therefore it was like not a great environment. It was pretty toxic. And I came out the other side not really knowing if I still wanted anything to do with theater. And then I went to this interview, and this little old lady named Carol, who was their music director, was like, well, we don't have very much money. And I was like, fine. And she was like, and you'll have to work with some non-actors. And I was like, fine. And I actually don't even remember what the third question was, but it was something as appealing, no money, no talented actors, just like give it a shot. And I think I was just the only person who said yes to all three questions. And then they were like, okay, you're hired. And I've been doing that for 11 years.
Whoa,
So Gordon Bombay becomes the coach of the Mighty Ducks, I believe. So.
What?
Yeah, me and the Mighty Ducks.
So what era is this? And I'm not trying to date you in terms of like, but it seems to me, talking about the attitude of a time, is this like the Bush years or the Obama years? Not so that we can get an era specific of like, is it the 2000s or is it the 2010s?
This was 2010s. This was 2012 or 2013.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it. Right after Occupy Wall Street. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
when we
And
weren't there.
all that to say, whereas the U was a terrible theater experience, St. Matthew was a wonderful theater experience. People were just there because they loved it, and there was a lot of talented people and a lot of kind people, and it gave me a space to fall back in love with doing that for what I feel are the right reasons.
I've heard that theater is poor people doing stuff for poor people, and movies is rich people doing stuff for poor people.
How
Where'd you hear
recently
that?
have you bought tickets at the Guthrie?
Oh, well, the Guthrie is, but that's like next to an opera. Isn't like opera rich people for rich people or something? There's like these gradients.
It depends.
I guess it depends on the type of
Yeah.
theater.
You can see a movie for way less than you can see a play for.
At the Guthrie, yeah.
At the Guthrie, at the Ordway, at the Orpheum, at the State, at the Pantages, at Open Eye, at Mixed Blood. I mean, Jungle, most theater tickets are $25 plus now.
Okay, well, like Jungle, Mixed Blood, and I'm just proving that I know some of these. Those would be
right
on a
after she
different
said
level
them.
than the State and the Pantage, wouldn't they? Like the type of the price, let's say. And you would know better than I do because you're a theater maker.
But any of those is going to be $25, $35 plus. And I mean, you can go to community theater that costs you $35 now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
We only charge $15 because accessible tickets are part of our mission statement. But
Okay. I would come to Columbia Heights and I'd try to get my gym owner.
You should come. We do great shows. We're doing Legally Blonde next year.
You're doing Legally Blonde?
We are. It's a great musical.
Oh, it's a musical?
Yeah.
Oh.
She directs musicals.
I do, which is hilarious because I
Only
cannot
musicals?
sing.
Okay, but do you like directing musicals? Like, what gets you into musicals? Singing isn't the only musical thing that people do.
I think I like musicals because they're inherently theatrical. I like the suspension of disbelief. I like that you can be wacky and experimental and over the top with things. And I think that, singing, dancing in musicals is like when there's feelings that are like too big to be expressed with words. So I think in musicals you actually get to deal with a lot of really heightened emotion, which is something that I think I'm really good at as a director and enjoy exploring in art. So yeah, I love that everything in musicals is so big.
Heightened emotion.
Yeah, like you're so sad that you can't just say you're sad. You have to like sing at the top of your lungs about it, right? That's a whole different level.
And dance.
And dance.
Yeah.
Next time I get angry when I have to say I'm sad, and I would only do this to my wife or something like that. Like, I'm angry that I feel sad, and like the best thing to do is to express this emotion to you, dear.
Next time, just burst into song.
I do that a lot, anyways, but like not because I'm sad.
Burst into song.
Yeah,
What's your go-to
what do you
song?
sing?
Yeah.
Whatever I've been listening to. Actually, I haven't told this story on the podcast, but it's the right time.
All right.
We were experiencing some turbulence on a family vacation, and
You started taking gay people's rights away.
that was the joke I told you. Because that's how I worship my Lord and Savior, is by taking gay rights away. That's a joke, kids. We're being sarcastic.
Yes.
And it gets worse. So I start hearing, I believe I can fly.
Oh.
I believe. And I'm like, who the hell? Oh no, it's my other daughter, because I'm with one daughter, and the other daughter is with my wife, and my wife was actually a little disturbed by the turbulence. My one daughter, because I have put them in the air over me, and then, R. Kelly shouldn't have done the things he did. He's in prison for a reason. But I grew up watching Space Jam.
Right, we all did.
So I sing I Believe I Can Fly to my kids. And in this turbulence, my younger daughter is singing it way too long. And she knows way too much of it. Like, I was embarrassed by how many of the lyrics she knew. And there's only one way she knows it. Me playing the song and singing it to her. So I start breaking the song at home sometimes.
It's not the worst song to sing on a plane.
Well, I mean, R. Kelly is, I feel bad about it.
There's artists in art.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be a whole episode to talk about separating the artist from the art.
Yeah.
So
It's a theme.
let's not get too far into that at this time.
Well, when Nick is here, and people have already heard Nick by this point, you ask him to do one of his best...
Yeah, but why is he here in the interview?
He doesn't
Because
do
we're recording it
well.
first.
He is bait.
He was there for the bait. When did this all start for you? You grew up in Hutchison, and you were a big deal in Hutchison. When do you start to be a big deal? Is it like as a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old?
Well, when I started to be a big deal wasn't until high school, probably.
Okay.
When I started doing art was like minute one of existence. I mean, my
Coming out the womb, you're saying?
Well, art was a value in my household. We always had art supplies. We had clay, we had crayons, we had paint, we had cloth, like anything. We never got scolded for making messes. Like, it was very much, art was like always celebrated. And then when I was about 7, we got one of those video cameras that had like the mini VHS tape that was simple enough for me to use. And this is like a joke I tell, but it's absolutely the truth that I've been making movies since I could hold a Barbie and a camera at the same time. I would like make these little movies with like Barbies and like horses and whatever toys I had. And that kind of grew into, did some theater stuff in middle school. And then when I was in high school, I tried out for the play, and there was this other guy in the play who was like, I'm making a Star Wars fan film. Do you want to help me? And I was into anime music videos. I was making AMVs on my computer at that time. So I was like teaching myself to edit. Again, my parents were like, oh, you like to edit? They like bought me a nice computer. And my family didn't have a lot of money. I don't want it to sound like that. They just were like invested in what we cared about. So I got into editing. They're like, here's a Mac computer, because that was the thing at the time. And so I went and worked on this Star Wars fan film, and I was supposed to act in it, but I came early and like helped set decorate a barn, by the way, a barn.
The one you shot Sins of the Father in, right? Because we're talking about Tristan Corrigan.
Yeah, same barn.
I
20
did
years
my research.
apart. More than that, 15 years apart, or 25 years apart.
You're 21, so leave it alone.
Yeah.
29 is what you always say.
And then like enjoyed that part of it more than acting. And so then kind of with like great regularity and great seriousness, we made short films all through high school. And then I was also like a record-breaking like swimmer, runner, got the leads in the plays, got straight A's in school. Like I just kind of like did everything, and then went to college the first time around for theater, and I took a break from film because I was like, no, I'm gonna do the theater thing. I'm gonna really go that direction. And I acted in some films in college that were like other people's, but I didn't make any between 2005, where like I was the driving force. I like helped people on stuff. And then in 2008, which was when I decided I did not want to be an actor for money. Like I got a couple paid acting gigs and then realized that I was miserable and I didn't want to do that.
Wait, why were you miserable doing acting?
Because I realized I would always have to take the gigs that paid me and not the ones I wanted.
That's fair.
There was like a time where I had like 2 play offers and one of them paid more, and I took that one, and I was like still in school and it was winter and I was on stage for like 10 minutes and it was a 3-hour show, and I spent like most of the show backstage with like a headlamp, like shivering, trying to do homework, and I was like, this is fucking miserable. But it was the one that like paid, and just that illustrated very clearly that that sort of would become my life. And I was never a good enough actor where I think I ever would have like been paid to be a lead. Like I always would have been, I'm on stage for 10 minutes, or, you know, I only have this many lines. And so, and I think I started to miss greater control and seeing the bigger picture that you get when you're on the other side of things. And so I had a dream that I turned into a short film, and it was like the first short film I made in 2008 after taking a break since 2005. And then just never looked back. Like didn't finish school, left school, managed at coffee shops, and was like doing film on the side. And I kind of had to relearn a lot, because in those 3 years was like the move from like, I mean, into HD, into 1080 on camcorders at that time. Like we're not even talking DSLR, but like I had never worked with separate audio equipment. I had never worked with HD video. Like it was this thing where like I had to sort of teach myself all these things, and I was doing that on the side while I was working a normal day job, and then did a feature, did another feature, and then decided that I really wanted what I was doing during the day to talk to what I wanted to do all the rest of the time. And that's when I went back to school for film at MCTC. But I was like 20, it was in 2014, so I was, oh my God, I'm so bad at math, 26 or 27 at that time. So
We're not going to fact check your age.
I also can't do math, so yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the journey. And then I studied editing in school because I felt that I already knew how to direct, and also it's pretty freaking hard to get paid to direct. And I had a great internship where I learned A-roll, B-roll editing, and that started me in freelancing, and then freelancing led me to where I work now.
Yeah. So when did Oxford Comma start?
2011, I think.
2011,
It was like I started doing I did freelancing on the side for a long time, and I started, you know, having to have, okay, this paycheck is for this little film project, this paycheck is for this little film project, and also I wanted a name to put on the projects I was producing. So yeah, that 2011. Somewhere between 2011 and 2014. I don't actually remember.
Is that part of like an English thing? I've only heard of Oxford, like, comma, part of English,
yeah,
right? Or
so my mom was an English teacher.
Oh, okay.
And she was a stickler about the Oxford comma. I was also a pretty big Vampire Weekend fan. And actually one of my friends found like a really lovely artsy sentiment about how the Oxford comma is not necessary, but it creates clarity. And I think that that's kind of a good summary of my like feelings of art, right? Creating meaning or clarity. So yeah, kind of a triple reasoning on the Oxford comma.
How many Oxford commas can go in a proper sentence?
By definition, one. The Oxford comma is always the last one before the and.
See, you knew that, right?
No.
Oh, that
I
was,
thought it was just
that
an English
was.
thing.
That wasn't acting. You genuinely.
Oh, so also I'm one of a kind.
Wait, the Oxford Comma Film Collective is just you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
you
thought it
don't
was a
see
group.
other people
Yeah.
as taking up your banner under? Because I think of you
there's
as a
people I
gang.
think of as like that I would consider living under that banner that are like frequent collaborators. But if I've ever been like, hey, do you wanna? They're like, no.
Wanna what?
Like
produce?
join in an official sense, right?
Oh, sure.
They're like, no.
See, Kirk didn't do that when we became brothers. It was like, do you want to be brothers?
No one wants to be my brother.
Damn,
I mean,
well, we gotta find somebody then. The search
Oxford
goes
Comma
on.
Brothers. I think it's possible. This will get the word out there at least.
I'm looking for a brother.
Your
It's not a weird thing.
No, I don't think it's weird.
Yeah,
There's 4 Farx brothers, and the 4th one barely comes on.
Wow, call him out on it. All right.
Well, Ben, it's fine. Ben texted me today. He wants to watch the Ice Cube War of the Worlds on Amazon.
That terrible movie? Yeah, okay, sure, just watch that.
We're dating the
Ice Cube War of the Worlds?
Yeah, it
you
just
don't wanna
recently
know,
came
it's
out.
a
Yeah,
Screenlight
it's terrible.
movie.
I think they filmed it during COVID, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're in the middle of finishing your 7th feature,
Yes.
Silly Little Wounds,
Yes.
with our dear friend Haley Jacobson.
Yes.
And when's this going to come out? I need to know now. The people want to know. This is my gotcha question.
When is this coming out?
When this is coming out, probably in September.
Mid-September.
After September 6th?
Wait.
Yeah, definitely after the September.
definitely
Okay,
after.
so it's going to premiere at the Twin Cities Film Fest this fall.
Oh, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, we just
And it's
can't.
announced.
We can't announce it until after September 6th. So.
All right. Congratulations.
We don't have our date, but the festival this year is October 16th through 25th, so it'll be sometime in there.
Jayden, when you hear this, she checked. You know.
I checked.
She checked. So just thank you. We appreciate you, and we
Yeah.
haven't gotten whether or not our submission this year got in.
Yeah, how
so
dare they.
Did you
it's
submit a short or a feature?
It's a short for Minnesota
I don't think they've
Made.
done short notifications yet. They always do their features first.
Oh.
But yeah, so it's going to come out in October between the dates of the 16th and the 25th.
Yeah, go and watch it. Get a ticket.
I want to see it because Haley Jacobson is in it, and because you made it. But Haley Jacob, we both went to her
Haley
wedding.
is so good.
She's where is she on the call sheet? What
She-
number was she on the
4.
call sheet? She was 4th on the call sheet. All right.
But her like my husband's like really familiar with all my like usual actors,
Yes.
and Silly Little Wounds was the first project that I finally like got to cast Haley in. She had auditioned for a couple other things and just like wasn't a good fit, and it was that thing where like I was always like, we're gonna find something, and this was such a big one to find. But he literally was like, the first time he watched it, he was like, what? She is so good. Like, she is so good. And I'm like, I know, she's so good. I think, you know, people have seen a lot of her. I feel like people are going to be really impressed with. She's just exceptional in the movie. So
You know I love Haley. We both worked on Bulletin with her together. See, this is still your interview, so I made it about you in some way. Because you were intimacy coordinator on Bulletin. I was going to go more into...
and script supervisor and editor
Oh, I am sorry.
and colorist.
Oh, you were the colorist. Yeah, that was good because it was 90s colorful, right? That was the...
It was, yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, colorist I don't put in that list because I like have learned it and do it by necessity and don't always love it, but like have won awards, have colored whole features, but like just do not love it.
You don't love color.
I don't.
Do you use DaVinci?
No.
Oh, what do you use?
After Effects?
No.
What
I
do
use
you use?
Premiere.
You don't use After Effects for...
You can,
Can
but
you?
it
Really?
You use Premiere for color?
I use Premiere for color because the thing I hate about color is that it's fucking fussy. And DaVinci just lets you be more fucking fussy, and I think if you light it right the first time, you don't have to be that fussy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, do it right the first time.
There was,
Word to the wise.
to throw Nick under the bus in a way that you'll enjoy,
All right.
Kirk, and
All right.
he'll hear this. He was saying, I can fix that in the grade last Sunday a little bit when we were shooting.
I can fix it in the
I
gray.
can
That's
fix
new.
that. Yeah, well, Vanessa, what do you think our dear brother, who people have already heard in the debate before this, what do you think he meant by I can fix it in the grade when we were rolling on Sunday?
I mean, what was the issue?
Like, hey, I want to make this lighting specifically match that shot in a very, like, close way. And Nick's like, I think I can make that darker.
I mean, yeah, I think that he meant, like, if there's minutia that needs to change, we can spend 45 minutes on it now, or I can spend 45 minutes on it later, and 45 minutes later are free, and 45 minutes now are not.
That's exactly what I think he meant.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm not saying that, like, we're independent filmmakers. We do not live in the world where we have time to light everything perfectly the first time. That's the ideal world, but it doesn't happen. I don't like people who end up just like working uphill against the intentions of the footage in their color grade. I think people do that a lot. I think saying, where am I doing my work, where am I spending my time, is a very reasonable way to look at color. But I think that we worked with, I don't want to,
I will pivot and say Nick, my brother, likes doing color. I've also heard Teresa Alvarado, I believe, say she likes doing color.
Well, she edits.
Yeah, she edits, but I think she enjoys color.
I think
whereas,
a lot of people like color.
Yeah.
I just,
Greg Borman likes.
I know, I
doing-
listened to his.
He likes doing color.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm gonna hit him up so I don't have to do it.
Yes.
I wouldn't have known that. I just went, wait, why do I know that? Oh yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the interview of him.
Yeah.
I have worked with colorists who do things like spend changing the color of like a hat that never bothered me to start with. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think it allows you to get so into the weeds, and I think perfectionism is something that every freaking artist I know suffers with. And so like, why give yourself more avenues to like exploit yourself through perfectionism?
That makes me think of an anecdote I heard from your high school rival, still former collaborator, or you guys are kind of like, he's doing things in Washington, Tristan Corrigan, who went and got like 5 takes in the cold on a tractor for Sins of the Father, and you liked the first one.
Yes.
You didn't need to do those second through the fifth.
But I have a reputation for being notoriously hard to please, and I am fucking not. Like, I don't know. Because like, the thing that drives me nuts is I'm my own editor. So when they do the take and then they're fucking talking and they're saying, well, Vanessa's not gonna like it. I'm like, don't tell me how I feel.
Was this you listening to the footage?
Yeah, because I'm the one who edited it. So I hear when they get off the tractor and they're like, how did it look? Vanessa's not gonna like it. And then they didn't even show it. Like, he had to get up at like 4:45 in the morning to do those takes, and I was like, do you just want to show me the take and I'll tell you if I like it? And they're like, no, we need another one, we're gonna do another one. And I watched them, and literally the first one was like the best one by like a lot, and I was like, you could have just showed this to me and saved yourself. But it's like, they assume that I'm gonna be hard to please, and therefore they have to do it 5 times.
Let's go back to high school. You guys are rivals, and then you go to be collaborators, and you, along the way...
We were collaborators in high school.
Oh, you were, because you made the Star Wars fanfic together.
Yeah, well, and a bunch of films.
Oh, what did you do after that? The fanfic film of Star Wars.
We did an experimental film called Funko Chunka Munka.
Funko Chunka Munka? What?
Fun to say.
Yeah.
Do you want to say it once?
No, I completely forgot already.
That
Sorry.
was the joke, is the first 90 seconds of the movie are us explaining what Funko Chunka Munka is through puns. It's like a pun travel, like every sentence gets you to another sentence that's like a one-off of the sentence before it. I don't remember it, I can't like do it, but it was like, I had seen like an experimental film somewhere and I was like, let's do that. And so there's parts that are like black and white. There's like a sword fight for no reason. There's like a lot of like nonsense dialogue, and then the ending is like sort of poetic for some reason. But we did all kinds of movies. We did a Matrix fan film. Wow. We did a car chase movie. We did a drug dealing movie, which we knew nothing about.
A drug dealing movie in Hutchison?
Yeah, well, we had a drug problem in Hutchison.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's around the whole country because of, you know, the thing with the painkillers.
The first teen pregnancy and the first meth lab in my grade were both the same year, and they were 8th grade.
Damn.
Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
they party hard down there.
Well, it's a farm town, so you like get drunk or you find something else to do. So we had like 2 people die in like drunk driving, like high schoolers die in like drunk driving incidents every year. They would do this terrifying thing where they staged a car accident outside our school.
I remember those.
With like makeup and like people like screaming, and I was like, what is this accomplishing? I'm just sort of traumatized.
It's theater, Vanessa. It's theater. It's getting everyone to appreciate and feel things.
Yeah, it's like those, yes. It reminded me vaguely of those like STD songs they sing you at college orientation.
I don't know that at all. What STD song?
Like they do like a parody of like, I got chills, they're multiplying, but it's like about STDs.
It's from Greece.
Yeah.
That's from Greece, Kirk.
It's a musical.
Yes.
Full circle.
And STDs, it's a, yes.
Guess I didn't go to that kind of college.
But yeah, Tristan and I worked together all through high school, and then we took really different routes, because I went the like total starving artist route, and then he went into the Navy, and so he had time to get really good at tech, and he was doing IT in the Navy, but also like he bought really nice equipment and was like would do gear tests, but he didn't really get to flex his creative skills as much, but he was like super duper technically proficient. And then I was the opposite. I never had any money, but like I had time to develop all my creative skills and like get a bunch of like favors kind of built up. So when we collaborated as adults, like I think that we were trying to bring together those 2 things and make the most out of what the combination of like really great tech, like skills and artistry and money, and then what really great creativity and like human network resources could do.
You're the business, he's the IT.
I would say she's more creative he's part of the business side.
Yeah, he was
Really?
way better at
Yeah.
the business stuff
But
than I
you
was.
just mentioned organizing people and that sort of thing, and that to me is the business.
Sure, the HR maybe.
You do strike me a little bit as HR.
I don't know how to take that.
You shouldn't.
I'll think
Yeah, what
about
are they
that.
made?
This flew by. I didn't ask half the questions I wanted
I mean,
to.
you
Come
still
back in
can.
6 months, and we'll, right after we turn into Z-Fest, and then we can really bitch and moan about how Z-Fest season went or something. Are you even doing one this year?
I'm doing 2.
Yeah.
Oh, 2? That's great.
I have Puppy Love and everything.
And I'm on
You have
both
one
of them.
called Puppy Love.
I do.
I get a picture.
I'm not,
puppy
because
store.
that's not. Where does that fall in our list of things we got to do? Sorry, we have.
It's okay.
I mean, it's probably number 5 on the list.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
think,
number 5 right now. So
Yeah.
if it moved to number 3 or 4, and we're in the middle of stuff, it's good that you're here. I'm gonna flip it to Kirk to let us out of the interview. But anything you want to plug toward, that you want people to know? You got Salute the Wounds premiering at Twin Cities Film Fest.
Yeah.
We're breaking this news after it's appropriate for it to be broken.
Yeah,
People have already seen it on
definitely be
Facebook.
there, be square. It's a great film made by some really talented people. I also just finished a film called Salt Circles that I love a lot. That'll screen somewhere soon. I don't know, go to my website, www.oxfordcommafilms.com. I try to keep it updated with what I'm working on, and that's the best way, I think, to keep track of me, even more than social media.
Salt Circle. What's that about?
It is about 2 teenage girls who live in a world where abortion is illegal, and they summon a demon to perform an abortion,
Uh-huh.
and it goes poorly.
What? In Texas?
I mean, it's like a little bit alternate history. It's America if it was outlawed everywhere.
And you're making some, and I'm sorry, I did say I'd throw it to Kirk, but you're making
Yeah.
something with Carrie Leyland where you want more motion DP kind of stuff. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah,
one? Which
that's
one?
Puppy Love.
That's Puppy Love.
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
Yeah, I know. People are going to be surprised I'm making something happy for once.
It's happy.
It's very happy.
Wow,
It's very silly, very sweet. Yeah.
I love it. I'm happy for you
We'll see.
and about it.
I feel a little out of practice with the joy, so
Wow, yeah, you think so?
yeah.
Oh, dang, alright.
Everything I make is
Sad. Serious. Yeah.
May I suggest practicing gratitudes? Kirk and I try to send each other a gratitude every day.
Well, I don't think she meant it that way. I think
No,
you meant
just-
it more like putting on camera, that happiness.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a very joyous person filled with gratitude.
Okay.
Just the feelings I feel like I translate to screen well are like crying, dying, etc.
Crying and dying.
Crying and dying, etc.
Yeah, well, better than the other way around, right? Where you're crying and dying on this side, and you're really happy on film.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That got morbid.
Have you seen
I don't want to end it there.
the memes about Hayao Miyazaki and Satoshi Kon, right?
No.
No.
So Hayao Miyazaki is Spirited Away and My
Yeah.
Neighbor Totoro and all that. So there's all these pictures of him creating, and he's smoking, and he's I hate everything. He's a really happy film, grim dude.
Yeah.
And then Satoshi Kon did Perfect Blue and Paranoia Agent and so his really dark shit. And then his behind the scenes is he's happy and he's got cute stuff on his
yeah.
desk and he's I love movies and oh yeah, no, Miyazaki I think is literally I hate movies, and he's smoking a cigarette, and Satoshi Kon's people are nice and the world's great. So
Yeah, but he
I
also
hope so.
won't retire, so I mean, he's coming back out of retirement, right?
he
Miyazaki?
is again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard this.
Another one.
Even I know this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that'll be me. I want to be making
going in
movies.
and out.
You want to be the
Retirement.
Jay-Z of making independent movies where I'm done. No, I'm back.
I don't want anything to do with Jay-Z.
Yeah, what,
I just know
Jay-Z?
that Jay-Z goes and comes. Did he do something? Oh, yeah, that's right. He is
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Why'd you bring up Jay-Z? Why?
Because he would announce
There was
that
a
he
great
was done.
artist that was already mentioned. You didn't have to say Jay-Z. Come on.
Let's
Come
not,
on.
let's
It's a
not
fine
bring
urban
Jay-Z into the
reference.
Hayao Miyazaki world. How about?
There's a lot of folks who can enjoy anime, okay? Did you see Creed 3 where Michael B. Jordan used anime to make elliptical edits in the...
I didn't.
Yeah,
But, I mean, Spirited Away won an Oscar, so I'm just
did.
going to say most people have probably seen it.
It was the most seen movie in Japan right after...
Yeah, after the Olympics.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
1964 Olympiad.
Yeah,
Before
thanks
that was
to
the most...
Nora Peterson for that fun
Yeah.
fact.
Sorry, now I'll throw it to you, brother.
Well, to wrap things up, Vanessa, we always ask our guests, who should we ask to be on the podcast?
Luke, Oline Junk.
Isn't it his birthday today?
I don't know.
Oh.
How do you know if it's his birthday or not?
I think I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, happy
It
birthday.
could be. Happy birthday, dude.
Luke Oli Junk.
Oline Junk.
Aline Junk. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he's great. And he'll pick something very worthy of discussion, I'm sure.
Oh,
That's the most important part.
yeah, it's a great part of a debate. Thanks for,
Nick, you weirdo. You got a beer? Look
You
at
should keep this part in.
right?
Keep it in for sure.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Vanessa, thank you for listening. Audience, we'll catch you in the next debate. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.